So I thought it would be fun to wear only modern clothes for a week. Before I jump into explaining everything, this video is kindly sponsored by Surfshark VPN, but I'll talk more about them later. If you just randomly got to this video and have never seen my channel before, then you're going to be thinking that this is really strange. I'll explain a few things. So firstly, I am a daily wearer of historical fashion, so I wear this kind of stuff usually, and I haven't really properly worn modern clothing in quite a few years. And though I am a very modern woman, a lot of things are historical for me when it comes to my clothing. For instance, I very rarely wear trousers, unless they're 1890s bloomers or my indigenous Volga Tatar ishtan, which are kind of our base layer that we wear. Last year, I did an episode with Truly where they gave me a modern makeover, and I thought that was a really fun experience, but that was just for one day. So I didn't actually get to experience what it's like to wear modern clothes again for a slightly longer duration. In addition to that was only one type of style, and I think that the modern fashion world now has many different styles to explore. I'm not very in on the trends, so I don't really fully know what's going on, and I kind of ask myself if modern clothing wearing people even really know what's going on most of the time either, because it seems like modern fashions are just a mishmash of everything right now. But I thought it'd be nice to kind of explore a variety of different styles for a week, as well as go a bit further with my hair and makeup too, and kind of commit to a modern hair and makeup routine. Lately as well, I've actually started doing some modern acting again, but these are usually just day shoots. So I've gotten a little taste here and there of what it's like to wear modern clothing. And although it doesn't feel like me, which is why I continue to wear historical fashion every day, it is really fun sometimes to go out of our comfort zones and try something else for a week. But first, I'm going to have to do my research and I'm going to have to go shopping for some clothing. Now, I find sustainability extremely important, so I will not be supporting the fast fashion industry, which is why all of the clothing that I'm going to be using for this video is going to be secondhand and thrifted. I also specifically am choosing thrift stores that don't have anything tagged. They're the ones that just have the price list on the wall, and it's often just like €1 or €2. I'm choosing this kind of system specifically because I want as little human labor to have gone into getting these garments on the shelf for me to then purchase, because after this challenge is over, I'm going to be either redonating them or giving them away to friends. For things like a bralette or modern underwear or modern socks, I do have a small stash of these already that I use specifically for when I do modern acting shoots, because you have to show up to your call time with certain garments on. So I feel like I'm not being wasteful by using what I already have. And that also means I don't have to buy anything else new, which is great. So I'm gonna get to doing a little bit of research and plan out my different looks, and then it's time to go shopping. All right. What modern fashion trends are popular right now? 14 Spring 2024 fashion trends to shop now. Okay, that should be good. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. So I've done all of my research and I somehow managed to plan out 7 different outfits, and each of them have their own unique styles. So I'm actually now ready to get this week started. I'm really excited. Since I am very much a modern woman in all ways, aside from, I guess, the way I dress, except for this week obviously, I'm really into cybersecurity. That's why I enlist the help of the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN, to keep my browsing more secure. Surfshark VPN, or Virtual Private Network, keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of the information sent between your device and the internet. This keeps your personal data protected from big companies or cyber criminals. Also, a VPN swaps the real location of your device with a new one, thereby changing your IP address. This way you can virtually travel to any country around the globe, which can help you unlock certain content, TV shows, films, that are only available in specific countries. I personally use my VPN primarily to secure my data online, since I work on computers most days doing post-production and production work. A VPN encrypts your online data and helps to secure your personal information. This is also great for when you use free public Wi-Fi, which can be a goldmine for hackers. Masking your IP address is essential to becoming private online, and a VPN makes sure that your city, country, and download history aren't linked to your identity. Additionally, Surfshark's Clean Web feature blocks ads, trackers, malware, and phishing attempts, allowing you to surf the web safely. Best of all, Surfshark does not monitor, track, or store what you do online, so that means no connection or activity logs. Surfshark also offer additional features like antivirus, search, and alert for total privacy and protection online. Plus, there's no risk to try out Surfshark as they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Surfshark is giving you all an extra 3 months for free. Just click on the link in the description box below or scan the QR code here on the screen and use my code Birchwood at checkout. Thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring this video, and now it's time for some thrift store shopping. I'm feeling very ready to dive into this week of wearing only modern fashion. I'm also a little bit terrified, but that's okay. I've gone thrift store shopping. I've planned out 7 outfits, all in very different styles, which I will introduce each day. In all, I spent about 70 euros on 7 days worth of outfits, including 6 pairs of shoes. So that's pretty good, I would say. I don't need anything super fancy, just things that are going to work, and then I can redonate. While I was at these thrift stores, I also found this beautiful linen blouse, which was a nice score because it's very historical feeling. It even has shell buttons, which is super cool. I always love when things like that happen when you're out thrift store shopping for something else. One thing I forgot to mention is that I can't wear polyester or synthetic fabrics directly against my skin because I get allergic reactions to it. I get rashes and stuff. Not fun at all. Part of why I actually went into wearing natural fibers and historical fashion in general. Everything that I had to thrift is natural fibers only, and boy, I can't tell you how complex that was. Pretty much just automatically like 95% of the thrift store was off limits for me. Okay, maybe 90%. I haven't had to shop for modern clothing in a long time, so I almost forgot how hard it is to find purely natural fiber modern clothing. But today is actually day 1, so now in a moment I'm going to go and get ready. And today's outfit is going to be a casual, relaxed, sort of summer look with like a flowy long dress. Yeah, so very nice and modern, and it's warm out today, so I think it's going to be a very nice option for that. This is my first look, and I'm kind of surprised. When I first saw myself in the mirror, I was like, what is this? I have not worn a jean jacket in probably 5 years? I don't know. Didn't even wear them that often, I don't think. How do I feel about the look? I guess it's cute. I keep feeling like I have a wedgie because of the stockings. Bras are very uncomfortable. I think I'm just a bit in shock. Let's put it that way. It's very, very odd to see myself like this. I'm gonna go walk around, and I'm going to see a friend later tonight. So I will see what she says about the experience because, yeah, my friends are not used to seeing me wearing modern fashion, that's for sure. I don't feel like myself, and I think that's what's bothering me the most. It's an experience, and it's just for 1 week, so I'm gonna keep on going with it. All right, I'll see you a little bit later. I'm very modern now. Hopefully you all can hear me okay because I'm using my phone to record this, and I'm just having a few thoughts. So first of all, I feel really like unconfident in myself, and I feel really like I'm not able to express my unique sense of style, and that's like really making me feel sad. So yeah, as much as this is educational and teaching me a lot of stuff about myself, and this is going to be quite an experience, I don't really feel like I have my own unique sense of style, and that's bothering me because I feel like I'm sort of like this fraud walking around in society, not really being who I actually am, and then everyone who's seeing me isn't actually seeing the true version of me that I feel that I am. So I kind of feel like I'm pretending to be someone that I'm not, and yeah, it's just a weird feeling. I'm gonna keep going on a walk. I'll check back in a little bit later. The lighting's probably gonna be kind of bad because I just kind of threw a lamp up on my face. I've survived day 1 of this challenge. I forgot how much bras suck, and I cannot wait to get this thing off of me because it's the end of the night, I'm about to go to bed, and yeah, I almost forgot how annoying they are. And I get why so many people complain about bras because, yeah. I'm ready for day 2. I'm ready to get out of this outfit and on to the next one. Okay, see you all for day 2. Bye! Hello everyone, it is day 2 of the I Wear Modern Fashion for a Week challenge. Today I have dressed up in kind of like a sporty girl, sort of like sports style, kind of casual street look. I don't know, I tried. I feel a lot more confident in this look, and I think it's literally because some of the aspects of it are sort of historical-ish. For example, like this blouse has this little corset detail here, and the trousers that I'm wearing are almost kind of like the early Viking trousers that you see. Decided to go with like a high ponytail as well because I don't often wear a high ponytail. For my makeup, I went with kind of like a simple eyeliner look that I often do, which is sort of like a nod to my Volga Tatar ancestors. And I went with a brighter red lip because I don't often wear really bright lipsticks. For my shoes, I was originally going to be wearing these brown ones that I wore yesterday, but they were not very comfortable and I had to walk kind of far today, so I decided to wear these other ones that I thrifted, which are this black pair with brass buckles. And although they are technically modern, they are extremely historical-ish because they kind of remind me of like medieval or Tudor shoes, or maybe even 18th century shoes. That's what it reminds me of with the buckle. That is more or less what I'm wearing today. I'm gonna go out again and see how I feel. I think today is going to go a lot better than yesterday just because I feel this outfit is a lot more confidence bringing. So I just got home from being out. I was so in the moment in my walk that I forgot to film while I was out, but that's why as soon as I got home I knew I needed to talk to you all about my experience today because it was way better than yesterday. I think so much of fashion is choosing styles that you feel more confident in, because confidence that you feel wearing your clothing makes a world of a difference. That's part of why I think I'm purposefully pushing myself to wear different styles each day, just to see how it changes from day to day and from experience to experience. The friends that I saw today, their reactions were like, wow, you look so different. And like one of my friends, we were sitting next to each other and midway through a conversation, she just stared at me and was like, I just can't get over you wearing modern clothing. You look so different. It really isn't me at the end of the day. And I can tell that, even if I'm feeling more confident today. And I feel grateful that I've gotten to the place in life where I know what me is and what sense of style makes me feel the most like myself and the most authentic. And of course, this is an ever-evolving thing because fashion is, I think, ever-evolving as well. Our own personal styles are ever-evolving, and I think it's important that we don't keep ourselves too stuck in one thing because actually that can take us further away from our own authenticity. But I love this challenge. It's really nice to put myself in these different outfits and just try it out and see how it feels for a day. I'm gonna end it here for the day, and I'll see you all in day 3 and you'll see what kind of outfit I have in store. Hello everyone, it is day 3 and today I decided to go with a classic look, jeans and a t-shirt with a little jean jacket. The belt that I bought also didn't fit, so I had to use a string for the belt. I'm definitely feeling pretty uncomfortable in this look because it feels like probably one of the furthest looks away from my own actual style. So I'm gonna see what it's like walking around wearing this all day. I've also included these leather zip-up boots, and these are actually really cute, and I'm actually really happy I found these. I'll probably end up keeping these after the challenge and not redonating them because they're just really nice and I feel like they could actually work for historical things. And for my hair, I decided just to wear my natural waves, and makeup, I did as little makeup as possible just for a very natural 2-minute makeup, everyday kind of look. I hope it all goes well. I hope I don't get too many wedgies. I'll check back in throughout the day and let you know how it's all going. I'm out today for a walk, running my errands. I just got out of therapy, and when I went in, my therapist's first reaction was something along the lines of, oh wow, you look really different today. And of course I do, because I'm wearing, this. I feel very not like myself, but I like the experience of doing something different. And it just feels very cool to be kind of wearing a a costume of a different person for a little bit. It's also giving me a lot of nostalgia for times when I used to wear clothes like this. I really don't miss wearing jeans. That has been confirmed for me today. I don't know how people deal with constant wedgies because this is a huge issue. Anyways, just a little update while I'm out, and I will catch up with you all later. Also, look how cute these little flowers are. They are one of my favorites. I think that they're adorable. Hello everyone, it is day 4, and I know I look really different. I call today's look a Pacific Northwest person from the 2010s because I lived in Oregon in the 2010s. And this is vaguely how I remember people dressing during that time. So I've got a little flannel going, a little cardigan, some jeans, nice little hat here, you know, the whole thing. For the shoes, I decided to go with the boots that I wore yesterday, and today the weather was a bit cloudy and rainy, so I thought that this outfit was perfectly on theme since we all know what the weather is like in the Pacific Northwest most of the year. I also brushed out my curls for an extra effect. For my makeup, I decided to kind of go with a like Zooey Deschanel sort of bright lip, a little bit of eyeliner, that kind of thing. And yeah, I actually kind of like this look. It makes me feel kind of nostalgic for the 2010s. But I feel like even though this is sort of 2010s-esque, this is still kind of fashionable today too. I mean, maybe don't ask me, I'm not really that well versed in modern fashion, but I think it's fashionable. We are more than halfway done with the week. I am getting slightly more used to wearing modern clothes every day, but I definitely can't wait to be back to my normal style. Welcome to day 5 of the Modern Fashion for a Week challenge. Today I have gone for a sort of Instagram high fashion kind of look, except one of my friends said that I look like one of the Spice Girls, which I think is totally valid. Originally I was going to wear this jean dress thing without the undershirt, except it is way too cold today to do that, so I put the undershirt. And I've also paired it up with a pair of stockings and these sock boots, which I have seen these types of sock boot things around and a lot of high fashion things, I guess, or like on Instagram sometimes. And I think that they're trendy, I don't know, but I found a pair at the thrift store when I was there, so I thought, yes, this will be perfect for my sort of Instagram glam girl look. For my hair and makeup, I went quite heavy. I did the whole bronzer, foundation, fake eyelashes, smoky eye, eyeliner, lip liner, lipstick, the whole thing. Because, I don't know, it's just not very often that I get to wear this much makeup, so I thought it would be a nice little experiment. And for my hair, I went with a high ponytail that's then braided because I felt like this also was very Instagram glam girly looking. I am going to go out for a walk in this outfit as well as seeing a concert tonight. So I'm really curious how it's going to go, and I will see you all in the next check-in when I finally go outside, and I'm going to have to wear one of my vintage coats, I must admit, over this because it is way too cold outside and I actually don't have any modern appropriate coats. But I think it'll work with the look, and I'm going to keep it open so people can see the modern fashion underneath as much as possible, and I'm still of course wearing heavy modern hair and makeup, so that helps. Alright, see you in a bit. I'm nearby to kind of a busier area today, so it's going to be a little bit noisy, and it's also raining, so hopefully you can hear me, but I have been out for a walk now in this outfit, and these shoes are not comfortable for long distances walking, that's for sure. I'm surprised they're actually have been this comfortable so far, but I feel okay. I feel fairly confident, but I don't really feel like myself. I kind of feel like I'm dressed up to go to like a performance or like a concert or something, or okay, I guess I am going to a concert, like as if I'm going to perform. I think it's more so to do with my vintage coat as well, and maybe just like the amount of hair and makeup. I feel like it's usually like the party amount of hair and makeup that people often wear. Hi everyone, welcome to day 6. The concert last night was really fun. Definitely didn't feel like myself. Definitely super ready to get back into historical clothing, but today's look is what I like to call, I guess, like an LA real estate agent. And so I paired up a pair of white legging pant things with a little white blazer and stripy cotton shirt. I decided to wear my hair down and natural, but like parted on the side to make it look a little bit more glamorous. And I paired it up with some little black earrings, as well as a very heavy makeup with false eyelashes. Less actually than yesterday because I didn't put as much lipstick and things like that. So kind of like a natural going to meet clients at the house you're trying to sell them look. I don't know, you guys can let me know whether or not this looks like an LA real estate agent. I'd also love to see if you have some other ideas for what this outfit looks like because it's all over the place. I also couldn't be bothered to iron anything, so yeah, so I guess it's like a very LA real estate agent who's like in a rush to get to work in the morning but is still looking glamorous. For the shoes, I'm wearing these slightly heeled red pumps, and I think that kind of helps tie the whole look together and adds a little pop of color. Overall, I like this look for what it is, but it's not me, of course. None of these are me. And I'm just dreaming for 2 days from now when I can wake up and get ready in my own clothing and in my own style. That's gonna be great. I'm gonna go for a little walk, run some errands, and I'll check back in a little bit later. I just got back from my walk and running some errands, and those red heels are definitely not comfortable for longer distances. I don't know how I would be selling real estate all day wearing them, but some people do wear heels all day at work, so they somehow make it work. I can't believe it, but tomorrow is the last day, and I'm not totally sure what I'm going to wear. I had an idea planned at the beginning of this week. Now I need to figure out if I still want to wear that or if I want to mix it up a little bit, but all the other outfits have gone more or less as planned. So I have to see what clothes I have left. All right, I'll see you all for day 7, the final day. It's now day 7, the final day, which means that tomorrow I get to wear my normal clothes again. Yay! I wasn't really sure what to wear today because I feel a little bit disenchanted with wearing modern clothing at the moment. So I worked with some of the garments that I wore earlier in the week. So I'm wearing this sort of green corset-like top and the cardigan that I wore earlier, and then a pink skirt that I actually already own, which is secondhand as well, but it's sort of got a slight history-bounding element to it, and I guess I'm calling this look kind of like everyday summer preppy girl. I don't know what it is. It's a mishmash of everything. Maybe you all have some ideas for what to call this look because I don't know at this point anymore. For my makeup and hair, I just kept it all very natural and did like everyday type makeup and wore my hair down and just combed out. And for shoes, I'm gonna be wearing my brown boots because I'm actually going on a hike later today, so I need the most comfortable shoes that I bought at the thrift store, which happen to be these boots. In all honesty, I'm completely ready for this challenge to be over. I'm ready to feel like myself again. I think that this has been a very insightful week, but it has re-solidified for me that I am wearing my most authentic clothing normally, which is historical clothing. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go back to wearing modern fashion. That has been confirmed for me, which is, I guess, great. It's great to know more things about yourself. All right, well, I'm gonna go and get ready to go on a hike, and I will catch up with you all later. Whilst I was out, it started absolutely pouring, as you can tell by the state of my dripping hair. But my clothes mostly held up. I did have a coat over it, a wool coat, so that helped. The boots did not hold up though, my feet are very wet. I'm gonna go dry off, but this is the perfect way, I think, to end this entire week of wearing modern clothing. I'm going to process everything that happened for a day and come back to you all tomorrow with a little summary of the whole experience. Thanks for being along for the journey, and yeah, speak to you all soon. So I am now done with my week of modern fashion and I'm back in my normal historical clothes. I'm so relieved. I feel like myself again, which is such a better feeling. It's been a wonderfully educational week, and I think the thing that it solidified the most for me is that, at least as of right now, I have truly found my style and what I enjoy wearing, and even though that's going to continuously keep on evolving, I'm really grateful to have reached a point in my life where I know what my personal style is for the most part, and also that I have created the space for myself in the future to change that style in any way that is necessary in order to feel even more like myself. Interestingly enough, wearing some of those modern outfits actually brought back certain memories from points in my life where I used to wear similar clothing. I've spoken about it a little bit here in the past, but I am diagnosed and currently in treatment for complex PTSD, and so sometimes wearing these modern outfits brought up certain parts in me, but I also think that it was a deeply healing experience on a lot of levels as well, because it allowed me to sort of work on those triggers that came up for me and yeah, just to navigate them and get a little bit more closure and healing in those parts of myself. I didn't think that wearing modern fashion for a week would have that type of psychologically profound effect on me, but hey, you never know what's gonna happen sometimes in life. So yeah, definitely gonna keep still wearing historical fashion. Definitely gonna keep still making videos on this channel about it. It's been fun, but I would like to not do this again. Unless it's for another fun experiment of some sort. Thank you so much again to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to click the link in the description box to get an amazing discount. Well, that's it for this week. If you'd like to see me trying to hand sew for 100 consecutive days, then be sure to watch this video next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks for another video.